Hello, Happy New Year. How's it going? I hope you've had a fantastic past couple of days, a wonderful Christmas with your family and friends. Thank you for giving me a few moments of your time. I am so thrilled to be able to catch up on some videos because it's been crazy. You know how it goes. So I'm sitting down. We're supposed to be traveling right now, but plans are a little bit foiled because I've got a sick kiddo at home, and as of next week, it's going to be complete upheaval in my house because we're getting some new floors, and so I'm excited and kind of a little bit apprehensive about that whole process. And so I'm going to be uploading a stream of kind of where things ended up for the end of 2018, getting started for Project Pans in 2019, Pan That Palette finale, Pan That Palette intro for next year, because I am stoked to see what kind of things that I can finish out of my collection this year. So as of this video, we're going to talk about the December makeup bag recap. I'm not going to discuss everything I wore on my face in this video because I also need to post an update on the Take Me to 2019 items, and so we're going to go through everything that's not in that project pan. And then, like I said, I will also be posting Pan That Palette finale, what I learned with the Kat Von D Me Vita Loca remix, as well as my intro for 2019. It's going to be an amazing year, and I'm also already jumping into a couple of project pans, so it's going to be busy, very, very busy in terms of wearing makeup. So, okay, in terms of how things went with my December makeup bag, I'm not going to recap everything because, like I said, I've got that Take Me to 2019 project pan, but let's start off with foundation because I did make a quick change during the month. Because I first set off to get some more progress on this OFRA Cool as a Cucumber Moisturizing Primer in one in combination with the Clinique Even Better Foundation. I have this in the shade number 24 or Linen. And I first liked this when I put it together. I would just, kind of put one pump of the primer moisturizer on the back of my hand to give me a little bit more hydration since the weather is kind of in winter. We'll call it winter. I'm in Texas. It's been up and down, like in the 70s, like down to 40s, t-shirt to sweater, like within hours. So it's been a little bit intense. And then I would go on and put a little bit of the Clinique foundation on the back of my hand. I liked it for about the first, I don't know, I guess you could say week and a half, and then I noticed it was a little too much for what I wanted because the weather has been up and down. So I also had another product from Octoly that I want to get the use out of it because I really enjoy this. It is the Clarins Paris Double Serum Hydric and Lipidic System, and basically I turned this into a serum foundation, and it has been lovely. I really enjoy mixing this with foundations. And one of the other things that's kind of unique about this product that I really appreciate is you can adjust the intensity of the delivery system of the serum, so you can put it on a lighter concentration or a heavier concentration. And so that's been really helpful on days that I've noticed my hormones make my skin a little bit oilier, or I notice that my skin's a little bit drier. And so what I do is, depending on what my skin's doing that morning, I'll adjust the intensity. I put a pump onto the back of my hand, and then I mix it with the foundation, and it makes a lovely, lovely finish on the skin. And my makeup holds up pretty well during the day, even though this is definitely more of a moisturizing serum versus a primer. So that makes me thrilled to be able to use this because I enjoy the scent of it. I'm flattered that it is a product that I loved via the Octoly website, and it is kind of a spendy item, so this is giving me an opportunity to really evaluate if I want to continue to purchase this in the future for my collection, because it is kind of a product that I need to give some thought to before I decide to go on and purchase. But I love, love, love that. Then in terms of setting powder, I've been working on my Laura Mercier sample in the translucent setting powder. It's nothing to like write home about. I wouldn't say it's like, it has a cult following on YouTube where people are like, it's the end-all be-all of powders. I mean, it's great. It doesn't settle in too much into fine lines unless you're a little bit too heavy-handed with it. Then it can get a little bit cakey, kind of the typical powder issues. But what I do is I apply it on a fluffy powder brush, and so far it is working pretty well. It's kind of annoying to be working out of a sample size like this versus having a little bit of a larger container, but I have enjoyed it, and it's going to be nice to move out another powder from my collection. Then setting sprays, I was able to finish 2. I was working on my e.l.f. Active Post-Workout Cool Down Mist. I use this as a setting spray. It's refreshing. Is it anything to write home about? not necessarily as a setting spray, but if you're going to the gym or you're dealing with a lot of humidity, for me, I go work out at Taekwondo classes, and so this is really nice to refresh my face when I'm not wearing makeup, but I did notice it did a fair enough job just to kind of take down the powdery finish when I would apply this after finishing my makeup for the day. And it has quite a fresh, pleasant smell. It kind of reminds me of like a drugstore kind of perfume cologne. I can't think of what it is off the top of my head. I think you'll understand what I mean when you smell this. Like it smells like something I would have worn, like, I don't know, like middle school, high school kind of time frame, like a very 90s vibe, like drugstore eau de toilette or something, you know? I don't know. Comment below if you smelled it and like you understand what I mean with that, because it's definitely nostalgia reminiscent of something, but I can't quite pinpoint what it is. So because I finished that, I also had, this was kind of a half empty bottle of the MAC Fix Plus in the sample size, and I've gotten to the point, there is a little bit of product in the bottom of this, but the spray is too aggressive. Like, it's not a fine mist, it's a hot mess. I definitely had to worry about my mascara running when I would try to set my makeup with this, and so I'm calling it done, because the other thing I tried to do is to twist off the cap, and when you take it off, you can't open this to get out the bottom of the product. So calling it done. I really love this. I've been using the MAC Fix Plus now for like 5 years as a setting spray. It's a great go-to. I love having that in my collection. So, but it feels good to finish out 2 bottles of packaging from my collection. Then the next thing, I actually applied for this on Octoly because I finally finished my little sample size of the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. I really enjoyed the color of this, and I like the sample sizes of a product like this because the fragrance is so strong, it is often very overpowering. And so I noticed that it was a lot easier for me to kind of handle it in the sample size. So if you're also very sensitive to fragrances, but you want to try out a cult following product like this, try to pick up the travel size version. I know Ulta offers it, or at least they used to. I haven't checked on the Ulta website in just a little bit, so I don't know if it's on there, but I really did enjoy this product. So I happened to be browsing on the, pardon my nose itches, I happened to be browsing on the Octoly website because I was in the market to try, you know, a little bit of a different bronzer. I kind of wanted to shake things up because my bronzer collection actually isn't that extensive anymore, so I feel like I can have a little bit of wiggle room to incorporate something different. And so I saw that Octoly was offering this OFRA blush bronzer. It's kind of a universal color. It comes in packaging like this. And so I thought I really wanted to try it. And I have to admit, when I first got it home, I was kind of like, oh my word. I swatched it. It was like super orange. I was like, not really sure about this. But when I tried it on my skin, especially, it was such a like stark contrast to this bronzer because the Milk Chocolate Soleil, or not Milk Chocolate, the Chocolate Soleil, this is the deeper version, was definitely a matte bronzer. It had a little bit of a deeper tone to it, and so this in comparison is quite orange. It has a little bit of shimmer to it, not a lot, but subtle. And when I swatched it on the back of my hand, I was kind of like, ooh dear. But when I put it onto my skin with a fluffy powder brush, I am wearing it currently, it's actually a really lovely glow. So I really like this. I would highly recommend it. I'm going to go on and link you directly to the Octoly website if you want to check out this product in the description box below. I'm very flattered that Octoly decided to let me review this for OFRA Cosmetics, but this is definitely a product that, you know, actually worked out. Use a fluffy e.l.f. powder brush. I actually have it applied to my skin today, and there is a little bit of subtle glow shimmer to it. Typically I like matte bronzers a whole lot more, and I have a Franken bronzer that I've worked on, but because I'm wearing red eyeshadow lately, it was a little bit too red to have kind of going on all over my face. So this is a really nice bronzer shade if you're looking to wear a lot of warm tones on your eyes, or if you want something that is a little bit more subtle versus going with kind of the sunburned look. So I am very pleased that I have been able to try that out. And if you are also curious about more information about that OFRA bronzer, go on and see my description box below. I will include you information that will take you directly to the Octoly website so you can check out ingredient information, price points, and if that product might be a great fit for your collection. This is kind of like the Octoly makeup bag, because when I ran out of things, I was actually able to get quite a few of the things that I asked for off of Octoly. So let's just kind of continue on that vein. The next thing that I finished was a MAC brow pencil in the brunette shade. I don't even know if MAC makes these anymore. It's another micro brow pencil. Was it anything to write home about? No. It was okay. It lasted me less than a month. I'm at the point where I can't twist it up anymore. It was a nice kind of an ashy medium brown shade. I don't even know if MAC's continuing to make these anymore, because when I looked on the MAC website, I didn't see them. And I tried looking on Macy's and Nordstrom, and I didn't see them either. So I don't know if this is going to be a thing anymore, but I mean, it was okay. That being said, I wanted a new brow pencil, and so I went on to the Octoly website yet again, and this product is cool. It is from OFRA Cosmetics. It is called the Arch Nemesis 4-in-1 Dual-Ended Brow Pencil in the shade Medium. This product is awesome, and the reason I say that is because when you pull off the cap on this end, you have a micro brow pencil, so that's great for filling in the tails of your brows. And if you are like me, where you have more full brows at the front, micro brow pencils just don't last that long because it takes you so much pencil to get through it, which is kind of like annoying, you know what I mean? And so you get a spoolie on this end that you can use to comb through your brows, but then you also get a thicker brow pencil that you can use for the fronts of your brows, which is really nice, because I don't like the triangle pencils like this to fill in the tails because they're too thick. It's too much and too over the top way too quickly. But to have the option of a micro brow pencil and the thicker pencil on the other side but I didn't realize that was going to be such a convenience that I would appreciate. So this is most certainly going to be something that I put on my radar, because I love the fact it's not too cool tone, but it's not too warm. I do kind of still go in and use a little bit of eyeshadow to just deepen up my brows, because my hair is quite dark and I don't necessarily want brows that are like almost a brunette black. I want something a little bit lighter, but sometimes I need to darken them up just a little bit where it kind of matches with the rest of what's going on in my face when I wear dark eyeshadow and then dark frames like this. But this is phenomenal on its own. OFRA Cosmetics is really slaying it with product releases lately, because I'm enjoying everything that I've tried from them. From mascara, like they have my Holy Grail mascara, which I'll go on and talk about. The OFRA Cosmetics Magnetic Lash, this was another thing I received from them from Octoly. I have bought this, repurchased it several times on my own, and so when I saw it on the Octoly website, I was like, yes. I love this mascara. It definitely gives me a false lash effect without having to do the extra work of wearing false lashes with my glasses. I also tried out the OFRA Cosmetics Fully Charged Mascara Primer. This one I don't feel is completely necessary. It works well. I mean, it definitely gives me a little bit more volume and length to my lashes, but it's not a necessity where I'd feel like I couldn't live without this. Whereas this, I love the packaging of this mascara, what it does for my lashes, but this was okay. It wasn't stellar, but it was okay. But going on to another cool product that I've really enjoyed, I actually finished my MAC Costa Riche eyeliner, which is a really intense espresso brown, almost like a blackened brown. I love that color, and so I've been on the hunt for a really good espresso liner. And so when I saw there was a set from OFRA Cosmetics offered on the Octoly website with, it's called the On Point Eyeliner Pencil. This happens to be in the shade Down to Earth. It came in a set of 4 because there's a purple, there's like a charcoal color, a black. They also tossed in a liquid liner, and then there's like a shimmery brown. It's kind of like a shimmery, for lack of a better term, it's like a really darkened taupe, kind of a muddy brown. Kind of, might work well as an eyebrow pencil. I don't know. I'll keep you posted on that. But these, again, like Pure Cosmetics is just slaying it because these are so cool. Every time you open it, it self-sharpens. Now, it's kind of like some sorcery because I don't know where the extra pencil shavings go, but every time you open it, you get a fresh pencil. So it's always ready to go for those really precise lines. And so you twist it to the right every time you open it so that it self-sharpens it. And then when you close it back up, you twist it to the left and it's ready to go for your next use. It is the coolest product. And I love the color is exactly what I want. It's that perfect, like deepened black and brown. And like I said, I don't know what happens with these pencil shavings, but it is like magic every time I apply this. So as you can see, the color intensity is just amazing. It sets pretty quickly where I don't have a lot of smudging throughout the day, which is really, really nice. I still set it just because that's what I do with my hooded lids. But still, this eyeliner is absolutely wonderful. I cannot wait to incorporate more of those colors into my eye looks. So thank you once again, Pure Cosmetics and Octoly. I will link all of that information in the description box below so you can check it out. But these are definitely worth checking out if you like pencil liners, but you still want that opacity of a really deep kohl pencil. It's not rough on the eyes, it doesn't tug, it doesn't pull. If you don't like to kind of, like I kind of touch my eye a little bit like this to pull it a little bit because my eyelid area is so small to make sure that I don't get a line that kind of skips and drags all over the place. This is fabulous. So I wanted to share that information with you because it is definitely worth your time. I've gotten a ton of great use out of it. I've also been incorporating my Hard Candy Be Bold mascara in the shade, is this Cha-Ching? Yes, it's a green mascara. It's kind of an army olivey green because I've been wearing that green on my lower lash line. I love that combination. It makes my eyes look really brown and it offsets the red that I wear in my crease and the orange in a beautiful, stunning way while making my eye color pop, but then it allows me the versatility of wearing a lot of color on my eyes. So I cannot recommend these Hard Candy Be Bold mascaras enough. The blue is my favorite, but definitely this comes in a very, very close second. I also like the, there's a teal and there's a purple and then a burgundy color. So go check them out at Walmart. They are stunning. In terms of lip products, I pulled in a couple things like throughout the month because I started off wearing my MAC Whirl lip liner with the shade Taupe. Taupe from MAC is currently in my purse, and so I had this Wet n Wild lipstick in the shade Cinnamon Spice. So it's basically the same shade to Taupe. Very, very similar, kind of a My Lips But Better, a little bit of a mauve-y fall kind of vibe. It looks really, really pretty with Whirl. Also been getting a ton of wear out of, I found this in my backup stash. It's a Milani Color Statement Lip Liner in the shade Spice. It's just an easy go-to. It's a much warmer color than Whirl, but still, really, when you apply them to the lips, you can't tell once they're on with some lipstick. And so I figured this is going to be, actually, let me show you. This one is Spice, and this one is Whirl. As you can see, they're slightly different in tone. But like I said, when you put them on the lips, you can't tell. You can't tell. So I decided to go on and get some use out of it. And then since Taupe is in my bag, I've actually pulled out my MAC sample lipstick in Teddy because this was a nude that I've always kind of wanted to try, but I didn't want to commit to a full-size lipstick. So when Ulta started offering the MAC minis, I decided to go on and pick this up months ago, and I've really been enjoying it. I'm wearing it with Spice currently on my lips today, and I really, really enjoy this combination. It's quite flattering. It's a way for me to transition into nudes because that's going to be one of my goals for 2019 is really to kind of embrace wearing nude lipstick because I like my bold colors, but I have quite a few nude lipsticks and I really just want to learn how to wear them, embrace it, love it, and really just kind of broaden my perspective a little bit instead of getting stuck in my rut of wearing reds and berries and mauves. And so goals for this year for sure. And then I can't remember if I included these in my Take Me to 2019 project pan, but concealer wise, I'm working on the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind in Neutralizer, which is kind of the yellowy shade, and then the brightener shade. I took the sponge tip applicators off of these because I actually feel like I use a lot less product when I just squeeze it up onto my fingers, and then I apply it to my eyes, and then any areas I need on my face, and then I blend it in with a beauty sponge. So just kind of a tip for that, and that way you don't have those nasty sponges on the top. But I really, really love these in combination, so I'm enjoying getting the last little bit. And then in terms of everything else, eyeshadow, blush, I've got another lipstick I think I'm talking about, and Take Me to 2019. Those will all be covered in that update, so stay on the lookout for that. And like I said, we've got Paint That Palette coming up. I need to do my January, actually, no, I'm probably not going to really change around my January makeup bag because I'm on the last dregs of like this eyeliner. I mean, there is just not much in this at all. I can definitely finish this by the end of January if I just commit to it. But I am changing up a lot of the eyeshadow game, even though I am wearing a lot of the reds and stuff, because I found some more dupes in my collection. So be on the lookout. There's a lot coming. So thank you once again for giving me a little bit of your time. I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I really look forward to catching up with you soon. So take care for now. See you later.